Hello to the hundreds of you who are watching the video and the dozens of you playing Master League. We are looking at a Master League team from earlier in the season from AA Berg, who submitted a team of Palkia, Landoris, and Ho-Ho, and they said, I've used this team in a prior season, and I did feature it before. Two things have changed. I've improved my gameplay with the Palkia with better fast move timing and got it to level 50. Based on the suggestions or feedback of my battles, I was playing around with some of the other team lineups to accommodate Rhyperior's rise in the Master League, but I used this team to get out of an ELO rut around 2200 over the course of a few days and up to 2532 on this team here. So 2532. So yeah, Master League, Palkia, Landoris, Ho-Ho. Basically, this is going to be a balanced team, right? So Ho-Ho, weak to water and rock. Palkia should deal with that. And then you have Landoris as your safe swap. And let's take a look at the battles. So Palkia into Yveltal. Basically an evenish matchup. This is, I guess, newly buffed Sucker Punch this season. Going for the Spatial Rend, trying to get the shield right away, and do get the shield, which, I mean, you probably want those to land, but grab the shield. We'll take Oblivion Wing here. My only worry is that you may get farmed down here. Yeah, do get farmed down, and then coming in with Ho-Ho. From his Ho-Ho's a little glassy. Nah, that's not true. I was like thinking Talonflame for a bit though. And going to have to take a second move here. Shielded one, gonna let the second Oblivion Wing go. Okay, you actually took that with pretty decently. Loaded with energy, it is a Rhyperior in the back, and it is also a Necrozma, and that backline is double weak to ground, so they top left. Mewtwo against Palkia. I'm sure Mewtwo outpaces you here to the move for sure. This will definitely not take out, but 2 will. Now, I feel like if you go Spatial Rend and they shield, they're going to easily take the switch here, which is why we are baiting an Aqua Tail. And they do not shield, so 0 for 2 in these first 2 matchups. Have a lot of energy, but going to let it go. Going to just get ahead on Ho-Ho energy here. They do not get to the side strike, so getting 2 Incinerators is huge. And then the Rhyperior again coming out here. And this time, instead of having double weak to ground in the back, they have a Togekiss. So I'll be interested. I assume they'll just double shield. Ooh, they do not shield. These mud shots are resisted on the flying. Just going for Sand Steer Storm. I'm pretty sure this lowers the attack or has a chance to lower the attack. The attack does fall there. Going to let the Ancient Power go. Basically going to come in here and incinerate and get to a Sacred Fire. Now, if it is a Mud Slap, you have the advantage of that being resisted, so they have to get some Rock Wreckers off. Sacred Fire is resisted, but with 2 shields, you could potentially just get to back-to-back Brave Birds here, I think. I don't even know, going for this, the Sacred Fire again. It is a little slower. It's actually just slower on the first one, not on the second one or the third one. So going to commit the second shield here. They probably need to bait. Don't they have a Surf too? Or Breaking Swipe? And get to both moves. Going for the Brave Bird. Both are resisted. Brave Bird is a nuke though. Imagine it takes out from this range. And it does. Kyogre, great lead. So they're probably going to get out because this is a bad matchup. Into Dialga. Immediately met with Landoris. Get off the Sandsteer Storm immediately. I'll have to look up the second effect. I know it lowers the attack. Is it just every time, or is it there's the fall again? So I'm guessing the Sandsteer Storm hits every time. So able to take it down, take switch, have another one charged up. 100% chance of lowering the attack. Yeah, so it is a 100% chance of lowering the attack. and with that lowered attack, get a second one off. This is the power of this Pokemon. This is why this Pokemon was the #1 save swap for a while. Probably still a great save swap, even though Mudshot did get nerfed. And now Palkia in and blindly swapped into Ho-Ho. Met with the Rhyperior. So going to just try and chip, which is, yeah, any chip here is good. And they do let it go, which is fine. At this point, you just let this go and just run with Palkia. So Rock Wrecker is going to absolutely obliterate you. We don't care about that. Out comes another move. Now, you don't really need to worry about any moves from Kyogre. So that is a breaking swipe, and it does hit you and does lower your attack. Now need to shield. Ooh, Rhyperior is causing problems for this team. Get the second attack fall, and with it get to another breaking swipe. That is brutal. So 2 breaking swipes, 2 attack falls. Now you are going to be taken out here. So tried to commit to the farm down before, but unfortunately 3 breaking swipes before you can get that farm down is absolutely brutal. Mirror match here. So we're just going real fast with these Dragon Breaths. Both of you going to this move, going straight for it, hoping that they don't shield. And they do not shield, thinking that you're going to bait there. Out comes Landora, so we have a mirror match so far. They'll probably throw before you. Nope. They're going to take a super effective Aqua Tail. This will chip, not take out, but they decide to shield, and they are going to just farm up. They're better. Yeah, I was about to say. They're probably going to throw it before you get this move off, which is fine. Now, if it has Stone Edge, you are going to still come Ho-Ho, which is risky, right? Because then you just need to potentially shield up 2 moves here. And they bait you. So now they lowered your attack. The Incinerators aren't doing as much. Now trying to catch the Stone Edge, but the Stone Edge is still neutral because you're half flying. So that lands. Now you're just trying to go for the Sandsear Storm to take this out. Ho-Ho had some energy, but shield burnt, and they have a team in the back that is the exact same as yours. Palkia, Lindorus, Ho-Ho on their end. Get to the Stone Edge. Now, they're loaded. You are loaded. I imagine one Brave Bird does not take out, which puts you in a weird spot here. Because you're going to go for the Brave Bird, and it's not going to take you out. You do have a shield, so you live the first one. Brave Bird not ever even close to taking you out, but with it, you'll lose CMP here, but you have a shield. So getting to the Brave Bird here. They're going Sacred Fire again, but does not matter when you have the shield advantage. Okay, Ho-Ho against Palkia, so good lead. They're going to get out into Mewtwo. Shadow Mewtwo. Getting to those moves real quick with the Side Strike Psycho Cut combo. So shielding up a Shadow Mewtwo Side Strike, because that would really hurt. They shield up an Aqua Tail. Are we going to try? Well, even if you catch, you're still catching a really rough move here. And still going to try and catch on the Ho-Ho. They missed time terribly, letting a full Incinerate through there. So they do have 2 Side Strikes, so they may get one more. Oh no, that it registered. Brutal. Okay, talk about just terrible fast move timing. The opponent lets through a full Incinerate, which takes them out and does not allow them to get their second move off. And now we have a mirror match, which with a 13 attack. This is why I do not have a lot of Pokemon built up. I refuse to build up Pokemon that do not have at least a 15 attack for that exact reason. Like, losing the mirror match just seems brutal. Dragonite out here. Going for the Spatial Rend. They are going to shield. Now, they're probably going to get a move off. No, they don't even get a move off before you get the Stone Edge off. I don't know if they just weren't counting or what, but get taken out there for the win. So Palkia, great that you have the super effective Aqua Tails, but knowing the pacing on this thing, yep, here comes the Sandsear Storm. Will not take you out, but man, this thing lowering the attack and coming so quick is a deadly move with decent chip. So it takes you just above 50%. Have an Aqua Tail, but that is now lowered. They shield again, maybe trying to get to another move to lower your attack again or force you out. And they get out into their own Palkia, going to go for the Spatial Rend despite your attack being lowered. And they commit the second shield. So here we are. We're going to shield on our end because we want to probably try and get the Sandsear Storm off ourselves. No, going for the harder hitting Stone Edge to try to take out, but does not take out. But you will be able to Mud Shot down. Got to commit the second shield yourself. So they just got both shields back. And they instant swap, not wanting to just wait around for you to farm them down. So nice aggressive swap on their end and land the Stone Edge. And now they're going to outpace you. You're going to need to catch right here. And they kind of knew it. Ooh, but the Dragon Breath's aggressive enough that forces them to throw, which is huge. Because now you can just incinerate down and come out with some energy. And it is a Dialga in the back. So neutral because fire is super effective on steel but resisted on dragons. That does a lot of damage. Going for the full incinerate down. They try to catch. You have a move. And they top left because they are not at a move and you would take out the rest. Mirror match here. So again, the thing with the mirror match, I know they make a catch on a fairy. So nice catch. I was wondering if you even need to go. I know I always say go for the nuke or like grab a shield or take them out or grab a shield. But I feel like with Dragon Breath doing so much, you can potentially bait there, but I get like baiting it would Aqua Tail be double resisted, so that'd be kind of very risky. So the Palkia comes back in. It caught, so it will have a ton of energy here. Going to shield. I don't know if I love this because you're switch locked. You're going to grab a shield back, so you'll take it down to the 1, but you just lowered your defense, and they have a ton of energy. Oh, going to try and snipe, and they get out into their Zacian. Double fairy in the back. Going to chip with this Aqua Tail, and they throw out nice shiny Zacian actually. And they do throw and lower their defense, but they will get to another move here. And you are, if it was close combat, they can only throw a play rough or wild charge. And here comes the play rough, and that does a lot of damage. Again, I'm always of the mindset that you want to throw the moves ahead to try to force those shields, as opposed to like letting them just dump a play rough on you, where then you need to like eat that energy and then they can like not shield the next move up. So I always try to dump when I can. So basically going to sacrifice the Ho-Ho here. Seeing Landorus as a potential win con. The Aqua Tail does not quite take out. Incinerate does. They have nothing else left. Necrozma resists Dragon Breath because of the steel. So we are instant swapping, only to get met with a Waterfall Primarina. But we will lower their attack here. So maybe just with the pacing, you can get to a second move here before they get to a move. No. Newly, I guess not so new. Hydro Cannon. Primarina comes a lot faster even with these waterfalls. Not great fast move timing there, but just wanting to burn a shield back here. And they will potentially get the farm down here. Yeah. I mean, it's fine coming Palkia. They may get to a fairy move. They are throwing, so it could be a fairy move, which would be neutral. No, it'd be super effective. What am I talking about? It is super effective because you are not Dialga. You are Palkia. So not half steel. Half water, half dragon. Out comes the Necrozma. Gonna try and punish it. Ooh, and just got punished yourself. So I was about to say, going for the Sacred Fire, even though it costs one more turn on the front end, they do shield. I guess worried that a Brave Bird would potentially lower you enough that they could waterfall down. So forcing them to throw. Basically, you gotta commit to coming out with like 100 energy. Have to just take these moves. Could be just a surf that is very resisted because water and dragon. So he's gonna take this out. No undercharge. Let's just get this out of here. Leaves you with some energy for the Necrozma. And then Necrozma is going to be 2 moves because you have a shield. How much do these Aqua Tails do? Not enough. I think you have to go for Spatial Rend here. I know Spatial Rend is resisted, but it's such a nuke, and this is not going to take out. And they live with 1 HP. Can they go back to back, or is that last Dragon Breath going to register? That last Dragon Breath registers before. I really thought you should just go for the nuke there. Because I think the difference in like damage on that of neutral Aqua Tail versus resisted Spatial Rend, because Spatial Rend's 114 damage and Aqua Tail 66. So even a resisted one is probably more. We'll do the calculation at the ending just to confirm. Reshiram burned a shield and then gets the Draco off, but we grabbed a shield and now we have some energy on the Landorus, which is always great, and immediately met with Florges. And again, I don't like taking a move when you could easily throw a Sandsear Storm to lower. Like, you're at 2 moves now, but why not throw one of those moves earlier so you don't have to shield, or if you are going to take the move, it's not as hard hitting. And eventually come into Ho-Ho and get met with a mirror match here. So playing chicken here because one Brave Bird does not take out and you don't want to lower your defense first. So you're both throwing Sacred Fire at each other. And they do shield. So now we're going to get to the Brave Bird. Just throwing it. Still probably won't take out, but that's okay. We're going to chip this as much as we can. And they throw, so you 100% let this go. Come in there in Landorus. Keep that energy advantage. Already have a move. Throw here on 4. Nice. So throwing on 4. We'll take this out. 1 shot. Goodbye. I mean, they only had like a little bit of health left. Florges going to shield. And then we will get off. What are we going to get off here? Stone Edge. Stone Edge, better damage per energy than this thing. Yeah, I think Sandsear Storm's a good move to lower the defense, but it's not like a harder hitting move. Okay, great lead. They eventually get into Palkia and you punish. Sandsear Storm 72, Stone Edge 100. So yeah, way better damage on the Stone Edge. So throw the Sandsear Storm, lower the attack. They do get to a move here, and they have already chipped you to 50% health. And it is a Draco, and they flip switch. Brutal. So just coming Ho-Ho, showing your last Pokemon, knowing you lost the lead, and you went in so fast that you just switch locked yourself. So I guess frustration of losing that lead cost you here. And they let it go, knowing that they're probably going to just run what's in the back here. And it is Zacian in the back. So if they have Play Rough, you're in trouble. If they have the other stuff, you're okay, but it is a Play Rough. Had to burn a shield. Aqua Tails are not going to do much, but they probably need to start shielding because if not, they're in Incinerate range. So I would expect a shield to come here. And it does. And you get... Oh, that's so dumb on their part. Letting you get to another Aqua Tail. Now have to burn a shield on CMP, which means you immediately swap out of this matchup. They close combat too, and they reset on their Kyogre. Oof. Got a shield. You can't even really Incinerate here because then you're like going to take a couple more waterfalls and you can't do that. So just have to throw the Brave Bird here. Hope that the Fairy Wind resisted or Snarl, whatever they're running, is not enough to take you out. And it is enough to take you out, which means they're probably going to get to a move here. Yeah. Once you lost that mid game and then you got like frustrated and came in, yeah, I think that cost you that matchup. Yeah, so Landorus Stone Edge is harder hitting than the Sandsear Storm. Palkia versus what was it? Necrozma, which is half steel. So half steel, just going for the neutral Aqua Tail, is 55 damage, and going for the resisted Spatial Rend is probably more than 55. So 55, Spatial Rend landing would be 60. Yeah, so if you're only going to get to one move, although 5 more damage is not significant. I actually thought it'd be more than 5. So maybe it's closer than I thought. I think maybe trying to go for 2 moves there instead of 1, which only does 5 more. But if you weren't going to get to the, yeah, so if you're sure you weren't going to get to the second move, you just throw the Spatial Rend and get that little more damage. If you think you can get to the second move, then yeah, I think it maybe makes sense to try and take it out with double Aqua Tail. But thank you for this mission. Thank you for those who are watching. Greatly appreciate it in what is going to be a rough week, but we'll probably run with some Retro Cup teams. For a while, yeah, we'll run with some Retro Cup and we'll fill in with some Master League just for some content. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.